Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been like forever. I am so sorry for the big break that was not very intentional, but I'm gonna be honest, life just happened and I lost a little bit of motivation for YouTube because I wasn't really sure what direction I want to go with this channel. And yeah, so it's been a few months. I'm back now. I have a couple of things I want to update you on. This is gonna be more of a life update video, and then we're gonna go back to Japan content as of the next video, hopefully. But obviously this will also relate to a couple of things. So first things first, I have an announcement. I passed the JLPT N2! Yay! Here you go, here's the certificate, guys, just so you guys can see. I am so excited because this was the first time I took the JLPT ever, and I went straight for the N2, and yeah, I passed on my first try, which is something that I don't think a lot of people can say, because I do know a lot of people that have taken the JLPT, but most people did not pass on their first try. Another thing that I'm very proud of is this extra sheet. My points are visible in here. I did pretty well on language knowledge and on listening, which, as you can see, 52 out of 60 and 50 out of 60. Reading was mediocre, I would say. It was 36 out of 60, but I knew my reading was, the weakest part. I have to say this exam was very hard though. And then we had the percentile rank, which I am very proud of, 94.4 percentile rank. I have heard that that is a very good number, so I take it. And then lastly, we have the reference information. I'm not quite sure. You get like a grade for vocabulary and grammar separately, which I got an A on both. So well done me. I am very proud of myself and I'm super happy because, this was very meaningful to me, knowing one day I'm going to be back in Japan. So I will need this certificate eventually. And having passed it on my first try means a lot. Plus, I studied very hard for this exam. And honestly, the plan I used to study for the N2 was amazing. I made a video a couple of months ago where I explained how I study for the N2. And honestly, guys, that plan was fantastic. This is what I did in order to pass on my first try. And I totally recommend it to anyone. The only thing that I would add is more reading practice, like reading articles in newspapers, reading more novels, books, whatever, because the reading was definitely my weakest, even though I studied hard for the reading, but it just wasn't enough what I did. I should have gone the extra mile. You need to habitually read to pass the JLPT is what I realized, if you want to pass on a high level. So that's the first thing. I passed the JLPT N2. I'm super proud of myself and I'm super happy. The next thing that happened after I passed the JLPT a couple of weeks later. Oh, by the way, I'll put the link in the description for the video with the study plan. But after that whole thing happened, a couple of weeks later was sadly bit by a dog I took care of once a week, and my life kind of fell into chaos because I was rushed to the hospital. I had to get stitches, got a few shots, and I had to be in a cast for 10 days with my whole arm. Let me show you my little prized possession. Here you go. There is a scar. And it was pretty bad, guys. He bit me through to both sides. So there's like a scar everywhere on both sides. And yeah, it sucked, to be honest. It kind of altered my plans for a job that I was supposed to start, and I had to start a month later. So as you guys know, at some point I would like to go back to Japan, but for that you need money, and right now I'm saving up for that, and for that I want a job. So I started a job. I did a 1-month trial period, and at the end of that month we said this isn't working. They were looking for a different type of position, which they didn't realize at first, so that was their mistake. And then I said, you're way too chaotic for me. You don't know at all how to have structure in your company, because it was a startup. So I was like, I'm sorry, this is not for me. And so we separated ways in a friendly manner, but I did not have a job after a month again. So I had to go look again, because as I said, I want to go to Japan eventually, and for that I need money. So now I found another job. I still have to sign the contract, so I don't want to say too much, but hopefully that will be, the next thing that will get me to my goals long term, and also give me experience in this specific field. I'm not sharing any details right now, but yeah, a lot of things happened, and life just wasn't lifing in the last few months, if I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, I just didn't have a head for YouTube, but I would like to make this my comfort space where I'm also comfortable talking to you guys more in depth, unlike TikTok and Instagram where I just, make quick videos that aren't too long because of people's attention spans. So I'm hoping you guys will, accompany me on this journey. I'm trying to get back into YouTube and stay consistent, but we'll see how it goes, because if I start a full-time job or almost full-time, it'll be a bit hard, but I'll try my best. I have some good ideas for YouTube. So yeah, that's all I've got for today's life update. As of the next video, I'm gonna make Japan content again, just, specific Japan content, but today was just kind of yapping about what happened and why I wasn't here and, everything that was going on in the last few months. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. じゃあね!